Good morning once more. Good morning, my people. I want to say I'm not in a stable internet, so anytime my internet may disappear and we may get disconnected. So first of all, please give this video a like. Let me actually disconnect my phone so maybe the internet will be stronger. Please ensure you give this video a like. And also, if you've never subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because you're helping us go to 200,000 subscribers. Yes, man, we are back. Let's try this one more time. Actually, I'm trying to pull back because the Wi-Fi is supposed to be here. Maybe I should even open this door because the Wi-Fi is supposed to be here, the Wi-Fi connection. So let me maybe open this door. I'm just trying to do everything to my power to see that we do this live stream. Let me just open this. Okay. Wow, man. One of the disadvantages of being a traveler is you're not always in constant internet supply. Some other days you go to places where the internet is so good, and some other times you go to places where the internet is so bad. Please drop your comment where you're watching us from. Run internet cable instead. Yeah, so we have this cable, but my laptop does not have that cable port, you know. Somebody asks me where is Bo. Okay, we shall talk about that. Today, let's talk about fear. You know, fear. One thing that I don't allow me as Marwa in my life is fear. But that does not mean I ignore everything that comes along with fear, or I ignore facts that if I don't consider it, I may be in danger. But I realize one of the major problems I realize right now is most of the people in the world are controlled by fear. And that's one thing. Sometimes when I look at maybe things online, I check comments maybe on Facebook or even maybe where I'm from, you know, like from Africa, and I see how people think, how people perceive things. Like, man, I see fear. And I should tell you, I spent like 3 months with a very old gentleman. Maybe he's watching me. He's over 70 years, okay? Over 70 years. A very successful businessman, super successful. I'm saying successful. I don't mean like very successful, like he has chains of multi-million, you know, very successful. And this guy told me the only thing that I still remember in him is actually when I shared it here on my YouTube channel is the moment you learn how to control your fear will never go away. But the moment you learn how to control it, then you are the master, you are the driver. Fear will never go away. There will be always fear around you. Because fear is brought by uncertainties. Fear is brought by not knowing what something is about. Let's say is a situation, you don't know how to solve it, you don't know the outcome. And most of the time, fear kind of pushes you to be in the losing end. You always feel like, hey, something bad will happen to me. But now let me give you some scientific facts. What fear can cause. Fear, you can read here, this is on Google. Okay, you can read right there. It says living under constant threat. Let me do it like this so you guys can, even you can Google. It's just like to what extent does fear affect your immune system? Okay, so you're talking about immune system here. One thing you should understand is once you start worrying about things and you worry too much about things, number one is you start feeling like you're sick. You may feel you're weak. You may not even have appetite. You may feel something is wrong. It's like, for example, when you're looking for a job and you know, like this, if I get this job, my life will change. And you went for this interview and they told you we shall call you back. Okay. And they told you you'll hear from us this week if we are giving you the job or not. So you constantly live waiting for that moment, waiting for that email, waiting for that call, waiting. And sometimes even it makes you stressed. Sometimes even all the time you start becoming paranoid. You start checking your phone or your laptop or a computer, you know? And one thing you should understand is right now, because of the situation happening in the world, I feel like most of us, the number one thing that has really crept into our mind is fear. Fear, 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 fear. Fear causes your immune system to reduce significantly. And I have to repeat the same point I just said a few seconds ago is anytime you are in a situation where you feel you are afraid of something, you kind of feel sick actually. You kind of feel sick. Your appetite goes away. Sometimes you feel like you just want to sleep and sleep. Or sometimes you feel that crazy feeling in your stomach, you know. You feel that crazy stomach, like feeling in your stomach, like some kind of, I don't know, watery feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys know that. And today I'm just here to tell you, maybe it may not make sense to many people, but I'm here to tell maybe even one person, like, learn how to control fear. Learn how to overcome fear. Because I'll give you my example, man. I had never booked a flight ticket, or even I didn't own a passport until when I was 25. That's because most of the time I was following, normal stuff like go to school, finish your primary school. We call it primary. Maybe you guys call it something else. Maybe middle school. In my home, we call it primary school. Then you go to secondary school or high school, the same thing, according to my system, okay? I mean, educational system in Kenya where I studied. Then go to university. Then from there, get a job. Then from there, keep working and working and home, work. Oh, it's Friday again. Let's celebrate. Oh, I only have one day because I need to wash my clothes. I used to work in a bank. And sometimes maybe you guys maybe see me here, maybe say, oh, that guy with crazy hair and this, what can he tell? Man, I studied actuarial science, not diploma, degree in actuarial science, 4 good years. And let me read to you what actuarial science is. Actually, actuarial science is about being able to manage. When I say manage, is to control, okay, uncertainties. And these uncertainties are the things that cause fear. Fear is brought by when you can't predict the outcome of a situation you are in, circumstance, okay? And I realize most people in the world can't be successful and will never be successful because fear is controlling them. And those people who have been successful in the world, okay, those people who have been successful in the world, most of the time, many people think they are crazy when they are doing those ideas. And the entire world can call these people who have been so successful before they were successful crazy. Let's say you come with a very good idea. This idea is a multi-billion-dollar idea, okay? I am using money because people try to associate success with money, okay? Yeah, I studied actuarial science, and some people think this guy even maybe never went to school, man. I'm well educated, super, and in terms of statistics, numbers, well educated. Maybe that's why I'm able to I have 64 million views on this YouTube channel, so maybe that explains. But let me go back to the point. The point is, many people are controlled by fear. And why am I talking about fear? I realize fear is everything. Fear, even here in the comments, I see fear sometimes. People telling me, Mara, I want to go to this country. But man, I've heard they kidnap people. Will they kidnap me? You know? Marwa, I want to do this, but a concept of fear comes in, you know, there's always that fear. So let me tell you my story. I didn't even have a passport at age 25, man, because I had to go to school, I had to finish my education. Then I got a job. I've told you this story, but I know every day this channel gets new subscribers and it has to be. Oh, my brother Brad Bond, man, I see you from Japan, my brother, man. Thank you so much for donating 1,000 yen. Man, big up to you, bro. Yeah, I'm coming live from the Philippines. It's actually 7 a.m. here, 7 as I speak right now. Maybe if you're watching this video later, it's going to be a different time zone. But as I speak, 7.01, not point, I don't know. Yeah, he says, hello, my brother, greetings. How is your day, my guy? Thank you, man. I know what you're going through. My brother is in Japan. He just flew from the US and they have put him in quarantine for 14 days. It's all good, man. I just hope you're strong. And I just hope you'll be watching I am Marwa and Asia. From Japan to these other parts here, it's 8 a.m. there. Oh, they're 1 hour ahead of the Philippines. That's Japan. Actually, we are kind of in the same time zones. Okay, so I finished school, I got a job, and I was getting paid $140. No, actually, it's $120, $120 a month. Okay, a guy who has studied actuarial science, I've spent my entire youth studying. I finished school and I got a job which was paying me $120 a month. And I had to work so hard, convince people, because I used to work in a bank. They didn't care even like, this guy studied this, but they were like, you, because you are starting, because you are fresh, because you're new, this will be your pay. So they put me in the paying system. So I used to work every day. I used to go to work every day for like 11 months, close to 1 year. But there was a problem, man, because all the time when I was at work, I used to be that guy. People come around and sit around me and I tell them ideas and I try to convince them otherwise. I try to make them laugh. I try to make their day. And the manager of my bank didn't like that behavior or character of me, you know. I swear this is true story. So he had noticed, because you know the bank has cameras everywhere. So I didn't tell these stories where, you know, most banks, when you walk to them, what you see right there is always a staff section where staff can always go and have tea and have some tea break. You know, there's like rotation. Or some days, let's say, not some days, most of the days, if you work in a bank, you arrive early before the opening time. Let's say the banks open at 8 a.m. in the morning. You as a banker, you should be in the bank by 30 minutes before. That was our policy back. All I mean is you should arrive before the opening hours. So those days, sometimes we used to have meetings. Some days we don't have meetings, depending on the schedule of the week or the month. So if we didn't have meetings, I used to be that guy who sits at a table and I would tell stories around, you know, many employees or my co-workers would come and listen to my crazy stories and maybe challenges and telling them, man, these, you know. So the manager noticed that. He noticed anytime Maro is around, many people don't work. They're always around him and they're listening to him. So the manager one day confronted me and told me, you know, you don't belong here. Point blank. He told me that. And me, out of like nowhere, like I didn't think of the answer. I told him, you know, I'm an entertainer. I like to make people laugh. Actually, those days I believed I was supposed to be a comedian. I believed I was supposed to be a comedian, but I didn't get a platform. So the manager said, so even you know. That's how he answered me. Man, sure enough, after 1 week, I was supposed to go for leave. You know, is it leave or leave? I don't know, where you take a break from work. So they gave me a break of 7 days. And when I was in my break of those 7 days, I received a text message saying, you need to report to the main office. So, you know, I used to work in a bank, and this bank had a branch. First, I want to say thank you all of you guys who are here. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. You know, I see somebody saying the US media installs negative news about a particular country, and that's why people fear going to particular countries. Man, I should tell you this. If you really want to live healthy, I swear you have to cancel mainstream. This mainstream media, oh man, you have to cancel it. A few days ago, I challenged a friend here and told him, go to let's say CNN, okay? In the entire day, 24 hours, if you find 3 good, positive articles about the world, I'll give you $1,000. He couldn't find. He couldn't find any. Why? Every news that came out was about dividing and fear. 2 things. It's you know, saying how people are dying, how kids are dying, how this is happening, and how that is chaotic, and how this happened. And he couldn't find any 3. I told him if he finds in the entire 24 hours, if he finds a good positive message saying, you know, the world is changing to the better place, like something healthy, you know, something good, I'll give him $1,000. He couldn't find any. Every story was attached to fear, death, you know, panic. The day you'll cancel those news media and look for alternatives and listen to people who have different opinions, you'll be on your way to succeed. Sometimes people ask me, Marwa, how come a guy like you from Africa with a Kenyan passport, a passport which we are nailed like Jesus, you know, on our feet, we can't travel, you know, and everywhere you go, it's too hard for you to travel. How come a guy like you is cruising the world like a joke? It's like a fantasy. You are living like a fantasy. It's not real. How do you even finance yourself, Maro? And I always tell people one answer. I think differently. I see things differently. When everybody's going that way, me, I'm always looking that way and trying to see what they can't see. And I'm telling you, that is how. People say, do I like Trump? I know I have a lot of followers here who follow Barack Obama and Democrats, but me, I like Donald Trump. I like him. Let me explain. And one thing also I just realized why people don't succeed is they always believe they are right. They always believe I am right. You can't tell me. You don't know. Who are you? Whatever. Stay with your opinion. It's my. People are entitled. People are man. When, for example, Obama became president, I was one of the most motivated human beings on earth. I felt the power, man. I felt inspired. I felt everything, man. I felt like, man, I felt super inspired. Let me tell you, man. Actually, it was 2009. I remember I was in high school. It was, I think, my last year in high school. And I was actually literally crying like, man, I see hope in myself. I see hope, man. I see my dreams one day will come true. If this guy made it when Obama became president. And then people like Trump came. And I hated Trump. I didn't like anything to deal with him because media told me that. Because anytime they talked about Trump, I saw a ghost which will come and hunt me down. I saw a ghost which will come and kill me. I saw a ghost which will just destroy me, will step on me and disappear. And I will be finished. But I gave myself a chance. I would listen to this guy. I would listen to his speech. I would listen and question, until I realized, look, man, this guy is actually not what people really say he is. The only difference is this guy tells the truth. He tells the truth as it is, unapologetic, straight on, and very, you can read his mind. You can read his mind. He doesn't do this. And I realized, man, this should be my mentor. Even if I don't agree with everything he says, okay? But look, this guy just called African name. And true, if you go to Africa, you'll find things you don't like. And he just said it. He just said, look, Africa, for example, has many African states. When I say Africa, I want Africa to be one. And don't stop telling me, oh, talk about Kenya. Africa is big. Africa is a continent. We all know Africa is a continent. What's the problem of Africa being one? And I realized this guy calls Africa a funny name. I don't mention it here because I'll be in trouble. And I realized if you are a conscious leader from Africa, you should be asking yourself, why is this guy calling our continent like this? Is there a problem? Is there something we can fix here? If you find the answer is yes, then don't kill the message, man. Don't kill the messenger sending you the message. Don't. And who would you prefer in life? A person who tells you the truth on your face, or a person who just lies just to make you feel happy? At the end of the day, you find yourself in a situation where you don't really understand who will you, who. I know the world needs compassion. I know the world needs joy. I know the world needs coming together. But who would you prefer? A woman, for example, if you're dating a woman or you are dating a man, and the man tells you, to be honest, me from day one, you can't be anything more than just maybe friends with benefit or just maybe friends. Or you'd rather prefer somebody who keeps you around, you spend your time with, you spend your money, your resources, everything, your emotions. And at the end of the day, some other guy just comes and marries this girl, or some other woman or lady comes and takes this guy, And I just realized one thing. One of the major problems with people is they don't want to be challenged. They don't want to listen. Man, listen. I promise you today, go watch that person you hate. I don't know what hate means here. That person you disagree the most with. Go today and watch their speech over and over and over and over with a very liberal mind, with a very free thinking mind, Somebody is saying, why is Maro sleeping in the same bed with another man? You see, conspiracies. When I grew up, man, we didn't have beds. We used to sleep, me, my sister, my brother, everybody. Even some days I used to sleep when I was growing up. We used to sleep in one bed, the entire family. So you trying to bring some conspiracies here, to hell with you and may you be defeated. That's a diversion tactic. And actually, let me just block you because, people like this, their job is just to divert the real thing. Let me put you out of. These are very, I don't want to be rude, but I'm speaking a very important point here. We're talking about fear and how the media is able to control you and put you in line like a crazy guy, like a crazy woman. Like you can't even think for yourself. You can't even, man. Sometimes I see people, they're like, I don't know, man. I just don't want to use these words. So let me explain. So I'm bringing you back to my story. So at age 25, I didn't even have a passport. I was super broke, but my dreams were super alive, and I was always very positive. In my primary school, man, I wore shoes when I was 12 years. And nowadays, I can buy filler shoes, I can buy whatever shoes. That's what I'm trying to say. And you know what's really changed between then and now? It's I realized how to control fear. I realized the power of positive thinking. I realized the power of working hard and always seeing strong hope. I realized the power of just putting away the negative media, the negative side of everything. That's the power I realized, man. And I realized the power of just being happy from inside, the power of just living simple. Like you don't need designer, you don't need that job that kills you to survive. Look, coronavirus, for example, we are all in a lockdown, but people still lived, people still survived. If those jobs you think they are super important were really important, maybe you would have died now, because we work hard to survive. The idea of life is to survive. We don't want to die. That's why we have to go to work so that we can get good food, good health, we can live in a good house. You know, people strive to survive so that they don't die. But I'm telling you, it's not like a do or die thing. Like you have to do that job you really don't like. So let me go back to my story. So I got my passport, and my first flight ever was 3 continents: Africa, Europe, and South America. That was my first flight ever. And since then, I've had countless flights. I can't remember, because the blessing is bigger. Why do I always see myself like I'm blessed, very successful? Actually, I consider myself very successful, because I have to say success depends on how you look at it. Some people think success is having a Lamborghini or having a big mansion. For me, success is freedom. For me, success is when I want to wake up today and say, you know what, next week I want to be in Indonesia. I want to swim in Indonesia. I want to go to Bali, or next week I want to go to Africa. And it happens before this corona thing. For me, that's what success is. For somebody else, success will be having maybe a very good relationship between him and his family or his wife, something like that. But for me, success is actually living your dream. That dream that you dreamt when you were a kid, that dream that you wished someday, like if I had millions of money, I would do this with this money. That dream, that is for me what a success is, or that is success to my own thinking. But for me, technically, success means freedom. Like I can wake up today and say, you know what, I'm going somewhere else, and I go. That's what success means to me. So a poor kid from Africa, man, how did I make it? How did this poor kid become this entertainer? How did this poor kid become a world traveler? How did this guy from Africa, it's because I didn't listen to people, especially negative people. I didn't listen to media. I didn't listen even to my own mom. I didn't listen because, for example, my mom always cries. She's always saying, I didn't call you because I didn't have $2. I didn't do this because I had this. I didn't do this. She's always on that constant, like, cry and moil and, constantly. And me, sometimes I tell my mom, I don't want, mom, you to tell me that, because I don't want to believe in that. Because sometimes when we grow in poor families, every single day, every single time, it's about complain, problem, complain. Nobody solves the problem. And me, I refused, man. I refused to accept that. Up to today, I still refuse. I am a good rebel. A rebel, a guy who does not take things the way people always say, do like this, do like this, do that. And that's the problem with many of people. Many of the people can't figure out how even to think for themselves, man. You are a smart guy. You are born smart, okay? You are born to succeed. But fear takes over, and you take this fear from external forces like media, politicians. The moment you cancel media and cancel it, because me, I realize the power media has. the moment you cancel it and start looking for alternative ways, to improve yourself, alternative ways to live, to survive. Eh? If you are told you have to go to school and get a job and keep working up, you are 65 for you to enjoy the next few years before you die, because technically your body will be getting old, and you have to see things differently, man. I am a testimony here. I'm not saying I'm super successful. I'm not saying I am the guru. I am not saying that. But I'm just trying to say, see some point in me. See something, man. Learn something. Poor guy from Africa, man, where I went to Mexico one day. I met one girl, really beautiful girl. I always meet beautiful girls. Also, as a man, one of the traits of a successful man is even the women you date, If you can't date a good, maybe, I don't know how you consider good, but if you don't date a beautiful girl, I know beautiful is relative here. A man, sometimes the power is even with the women he dates. And I'm very lucky to be dating really beautiful women. I've always dated beautiful women from my childhood, actually. If you ask my sister, my first ever girlfriend who I introduced to my mom, she was the most beautiful girl in the entire village. Her family was the richest family, which even they would not let her leave the gate. Those families where they close the gate. If you want to leave, you have to get permission, and they have to drive her. She used to run to come to her home. She used to run away from her home, and she would come to my home because of me. And those days, man, even I didn't even have t-shirts, man. I had long t-shirts. They were like everything. They were my t-shirt and pants at the same time. Those days, ask my sister. My sister is a testimony, and she was a really beautiful girl. Up to today, she's still a beautiful girl. So even sometimes people ask me, Maru, how do you manage to date these girls? Is it because of money? Is it because of this? Is it actually, man? I don't consider myself rich in terms of money, because even right now, even I don't have a house. I'm not Dan Belizean. I see things differently. And anytime I meet a beautiful girl, I always give her a different look of things. And they fell in love like crazy. Because I tell them things many people can't even tell, because many people are always thinking that way. Okay, let's go back to fear. How should you control your fear? Number one is, first, cut all connections of things that bring you fear into your life. If it's the news, you always listen every day, they are talking about death, accidents, who killed who, this will come soon and it will destroy you. Cut them out. Be independent. Look on a way to build yourself. Number two, how do you control fear? One of the things is, stop believing in those things you've been told over and over and over and over, and you've believed in them. You've totally believed, for example, like, I don't want to bring this case here, but people may think I'm crazy. Even religion, your own religion. I'm not saying don't be godly. I believe in God a lot. Like, I believe in God a lot, and I have to repeat that point. But you have to question some other things around your religion, because religion also closes your mind. It puts you in a place that you can't think outside the religion. You can't. That's why sometimes you find, even you meet a girl, she's from another religion, and she doesn't even want to date you, because you're of a different religion. And you wonder, wow, so because of religion, I can't even date this girl. So religion has brought us apart instead of bringing us together, because religion should be preaching about one human race, compassion, acceptance, But you meet a girl from one religion and she tells you, I don't want to date you because, I'm from a different religion. You have to question those things. Number two, that's number three. I don't even the number. Number three, and I'm talking about my own personal belief. Just be hardworking. Be hardworking. Believe in yourself. Believe in the process. I saw this message yesterday on my YouTube. Some guy said, I'm gonna unsubscribe. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you this. So I spoke my mind, and one guy couldn't take what I spoke, and he said, "Oh, Maro, I'm gonna unsubscribe." Okay, because all he was trying to do is put fear, like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose a subscriber." Okay, on my community tab, this community tab. You know what I told him? Let me show you. Because I talked about something about slavery, like slavery is happening right now in Libya. And when I pointed things out, and some people are freaking out, and it's the truth. People don't like truth because the media has, I don't know, man. So when I said, some guy came and said, hey, let me show you. Some guy came and said, I'm actually looking for that comment where he said, I'm gonna unsubscribe. You know what I told him? Let me look for him. I don't know if he deleted his message after I told him something. I just told him, you know what? I'm trying. Oh, it's actually right here. It's right here. You see? He said, I'm gonna subscribe. You know, if I was a fearful YouTuber, you know what I would have done? I would have deleted that comment so that it does not influence anybody else to think in the same line. But I didn't, because this guy, I pulled this channel from 0, 0, 0, 0, when nobody knew about Marwa up to today. And I answered him very easily. I just answered him. I told him, this is my answer. And you have to understand, this is not being arrogant. It's knowing what you stand for. It's knowing your mindset. It's knowing the idea like you are holding on. And I told him, you can go. I freed him. That's number one. You can go. Come back at 1 million subscribers soon. And I told him this, I work hard. I work hard, not mere luck. I'm not a lucky guy, like being lucky, and that's, I don't believe in luck actually. I believe in having a plan in life. You can't decide my bread. That's what I told him. And I told him, but God will. Only God will decide my bread. So this guy trying to say, I will unsubscribe. Man, just go, man. Just go. Trust me, you'll unsubscribe. When you come back, it has grown. And you can imagine if I was living in a constant fear of somebody saying, I will unsubscribe, where I will be. Actually, I don't care about subscribers that much. We care about numbers because we're in the YouTube space, because numbers matter. Numbers is everything. But I am not a slave of, you have to subscribe to my channel, my friend. I put energy out there. I know if I didn't put this energy, if I didn't work hard, if I didn't push myself, man, it's been a year since I saw my mom. I've been a wanderer out here, man, creating stories, chasing my dreams, building up the channel. 1 year. And the last time I saw my mom, before then, I had spent 3 years off of Africa, just trying to figure out my dreams, man, trying to chase out my dreams and wild dreams, man. Even when I didn't know where I'm heading to, even when people canceled my visas, when I got deported, I still didn't care about anything. I still focus, man. I still say, you know what? Time will heal everything. Time will be the ultimate test of my survival. So some guy saying, I'm gonna unsubscribe. I'm like, bro, you have no idea how even I lack words to explain to this guy. Because, man, I work hard. Somebody says, Maro, come back to home. Mama, Africa, man, I'm coming back to Africa. I'm coming back to Africa soon. Very soon, man. Very, very soon I'm coming to Africa. And yeah, people are asking me about my girlfriend, Bo. She's doing all right. She's in Thailand. You know, she's with her family. I don't want to be that guy always calling her like, hey, how are you doing, my love? And this and this. You know, she decided to leave. Okay, she decided to leave. So let her experience you know, she decided to leave. So let her be home. Let her meet her family. Let her do everything around home. And the day she will decide to come back, she will come back with a different mindset. Yeah. But I'm not that guy like crying like, oh, you know, she left, now my life. I felt sad. I have to be honest. I felt sad. It felt lonely that day when she left because things changed, you know, because I was traveling with my girlfriend for like 4 months, and all of a sudden she decides to go when I am totally like in my lowest moment. You know, we were all of us in the lowest moment, but me and her, imagine being stuck in an island, you and your girlfriend, and she leaves you, man. You know what that means? Ah, yeah. Eh, you understand my point. You understand my point if you are the man or you are the woman, you know. So, but that does not mean me and Bo we are in a bad mood. But sometimes we disagree. We disagree. I tell her, hey, you know, you left me. I have to remind her that, and she has to know that because it's something I don't take. And I'm not that guy who cannot tell you the truth, man. I'm like Trump, actually. I say it the way it is. If a country is not functioning, African countries, most of them have over 50 years of independence, and they are still, you know, South Korea, my home, Kenya, in 1972 or in the 1970s, Kenya had better economies than nearly the entire Southeast Asian countries. But now, we have to call it the way it is, man, you know. Somebody says that's pretty pity, Amaro. I don't know what you mean by that, but I wish you wrote a full statement, okay? Okay. So anyway, what I was saying is fear, okay? Fear is one of the biggest problems that we people face. And you have to learn how to control fear. Because if you don't learn how to control fear, fear will always control you. Fear will always make decisions for you. Fear will always decide what type of life you're gonna live or not. People are even afraid to quit their job because they say, man, you know, if I quit my job, what will happen? Quit and see what will happen. Challenge yourself for once and say, you know what, I'm gonna try this new thing. You know? Actually, for me, when things hit the wall, that's when the best door opens up, like the biggest door opens up. When things hit the wall like pop, that's when actually the big doors open up, okay? Maro is afraid to eat pork and fish. So you're using the word afraid to make your point relevant. I will ignore you. Greetings from Cape Town, South Africa, man. Thank you so much. Actually, you guys, I don't know where you're watching me from. And if there's somebody out there who want to support the channel, man, you know, just support. You know, some people say, oh, Mara is begging for money. Yes, if you've donated money to me, you have a right to say that. But if you haven't, man, you just a hater, man. This is my PayPal here. I would love, man, if you guys donate something just to support your boy, you know, just to push your boy one day, you know. Actually, I've seen somebody right there donate a million hustle. I hope I read your word. Says how you are able to change your mindset, Marwa. I know sometimes your own family can kill your dreams. I want to know how you cope with that. Me, when I was growing up, let me put my PayPal here, then I will answer that, man. Gmail.com. And also I want to say Mary Garcia, muchas gracias, mama. Muchas gracias por tu donación. Donación. Man, I'm forgetting my Spanish. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, Mary, for donating $10. I really appreciate when I see people support me like this because they feel a direct connection between me and them and to support me. And honestly, right now, because of this Corona thing, everything is just down. We all know, man. Even if we're making a lot of views, there are no advertisers that much. And even if there are advertisers, they are not willing to pay as much as they used to pay. So we've been affected. So let me answer this question from Hustle. It says, how you are able to change your mindset, Marwa, or how were you able to change your mindset? And he says, I know sometimes your own family can kill your dreams. I want to know how you cope with that. So my childhood was really rough. That's one thing. My childhood was one of the roughest childhood you can ever imagine. Sometimes I used to be beaten up until I faint and people would pour water. My sister has a YouTube channel. You can go ask her. Okay. You can go ask my real sister. She was a testimony. Sometimes my childhood was one of the roughest childhood ever. And most of the time I felt I don't belong in my family. Most of the time I always felt like, okay, this is my home, but it's not my home. And at the same time, constantly, my dad used to tell me, when you are 18, I'll open the door for you. I'll let you go, okay? You'll have to leave this home. So I grew up knowing at one point I'll have to leave home and I'll have to be independent. And every day I was under constant pressure, constant fear, because he used to beat me up. Like, man, the entire village knew about my lifestyle. So, and my mom always gave me good words. My mom always gave me encouragement, because my sister ran away from home when she was, I think, 14 years and disappeared like for 4 or 5 years. She never came. Like, she disappeared because life in our home was unbearable. I have a sister, then I have me. You guys have watched my video about me going to Africa, me going to Kenya. There's a video. I went back to home. Okay, so when I grew up, my entire time when I was growing up, I used to be a very hardworking guy. Physically, I used to be that guy who goes to the farm maize, do this, chase monkeys, because monkeys used to eat our maize, and I would spend the entire day without eating, because I would leave in the morning and come back home in the evening. And I was a kid, man. I was like maybe from 13. I had like rough moments when I was growing up. I think that really built my character. So when I became a man, I became fearless. I became really fearless of any type of situation. Anytime I face crazy situation in my mind, I'm always calm. Actually, when I'm super calm, that is when it's one of my biggest strengths. Let's say, like, for example, when I was in Hong Kong and they were deporting me for no reason, the only thing I did, I was just quiet. I just kept quiet. I smiled, and in my mind, I was like, time will heal this. Time will heal this. In the next 24 hours, I'll not be here. Like, I gave myself hope. They detained me. They put me in just because I was a black guy and I was from Africa. They believed I was not supposed to enter Hong Kong. And they put me in jail, man. That was jail for 24 hours. And I had flown for another 13 hours from 15 hours from San Francisco. And you see, in such situations, if you're not a strong-minded guy, you'll break down. You may even have some crazy thoughts. But you know what? I always smile and say, what? I've come from far, man. My mindset is one of the biggest weapons. So talking about my family, my mom has a problem. And you see, in any war, anytime you are in a war trying to fight, you have to understand who is your enemy and what are your enemies capable of. Is it capable or capable? I don't know. English is not really my language. So in any war, it can be a physical war, mental war, trying to find yourself war, In any war, you have to understand who your enemy is and what capacity of destruction are they able to inflate into you, physically, emotionally. And for example, sometimes we are in wars which we don't know. For example, the way you said, like me, I was talking about my mom. My mom likes to complain. My mom likes to cry in quotes. Like, I don't have, my son, I've tried my best. Even when you, as the son, you can see, no, mom, this one, you would have done it. I'll give you a perfect example. When I was in Kenya is where I come from, in Africa, I was just traveling around Kenya, and my mom couldn't call me. She would still use WhatsApp voice messages to send me message. And I had a Kenyan number. So I asked my mom, I called my mom, I asked my mom, Mom, I'm home. Why can't you just give me a call and say, hello, my son, how are you doing? And my mom said, I don't have $2 or $1 to call you. And before that, I had left home and I had left my mom with a good sum of money. And I'm like, Mom, just $1 you don't have? But looking at that, I realized my mom has that mentality of always complaining, of always saying, I don't have, of always saying, of always saying, of always finding an excuse, even when she can do things. So once I realized that, every time my mom says that, I always tell her, Mom, please stop. I don't want that energy. And I stand my voice. And that's not disrespecting somebody. That's not trying to say you are better than other people. It's just trying to say, this is what I believe in, Mom, and this is against what I believe in. And actually those beliefs that you have in your mind makes you who you are. So that's how I try. And another thing is, I don't, most of the time, bring my family too close to me because, also they always say, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are, okay? Just show me your friends, like those are my friends, and I'll show you who you are. So most of the time, I don't have many friends because most of my friends like maybe drink alcohol. I'm not saying drinking is bad, but extreme, the one, like I'm talking about people we went to school with, those my childhood friends. They are super extremists in terms of drinking alcohol, or they're just not focused. And me, I don't want to be part of that. So I try to always improve myself. And I seek knowledge, man. I seek knowledge. Most of my friends are always above 45 years and plus. Most of my close friends, like 45 years plus. But the best age I always find the best as my best friends are always like 61 to 70s. Actually, one of my best friends, he's in Colombia. He's 64 years. One of my best friends. And the other guy I met also here in El Nido, if you saw him, he's really a very close, good friend. He's 71. They are like my mentors. And they put sense in my mind and they challenge me in a good, positive way. Not challenge to make me look a fool or to make me look less of a human being, but they challenge me to make me a better guy. And that's why you always see Marwa traveling all over the world. And people are asking, how is this poor kid from Africa? And me, I'm here in the UK and I can't travel. This guy is living the dream I want to live. How is he doing it? Man, I think today I told you a glimpse of how I see things. Let me say first, I want to say thank you for also the donations coming, which came from, let me read them. They came from, let me start from the first one. Let me see. Actually, there were double donations here. Let me see, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Let me read the donations. I just want to say thank you for people donating. And if you're out there, you want to donate, man, I really appreciate, because that really helps me too. And another thing about donations is, honestly, we need money as we travel. And if there's somebody out there is willing to give. So if you feel it's so hurting for you to give, don't give, man. If you're giving, and also some people give donation expecting something from me. No, man, I don't want it to be like that. Just give because you want to give. Don't give expecting maybe after 1 week you will call me or you'll do this and I have to comply to everything you say. No, it's better I stay poor, okay? So just give because you want to support. So I want to say, Grant, thank you so much for donating $28. I believe you donated more, but maybe the transaction costed you some few coins. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. And you says you are amazing. Thank you so much. And also we have ZH. He donated $30 and he says this: Maro, I haven't watched you for a while. Where are you now and what do you plan for the near future? Let's say in the next 2 to 3 months, Zach and Loma, Interpols, USA, Indiana. Sorry, man, my English is not my English, you know. I have my language here called Swahili. I know you guys know Hakuna Matata. That's my language, or you know what's like Safari or Jambo, you know. So my next plan, actually, I was to visit this city where I am right now. It's called Angeles City. Angeles City. I came here yesterday, man. You know, I push myself, man. I don't let fear of dying or catching the virus. Everybody here I know has the virus. Trust me, man. If you've ever coughed before, you have a virus, man. Coughed and sniffed, and that's a virus, man. Come on. So right now I am in Angelos City. I don't know, it's Angelos. I mean, this Angeles, infamous or famous, depending on how you look at it. Angeles City in the Philippines. Please give the video a like, man. I see we have 240 people plus watching, man. Let's get 1,000 likes for this video, man. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm in Angeles City, and from here, my plan is next month is August. Actually, in 2 days, it will be August. I'll go back to Manila. Then I'll renew my visa because my visa ends on the 8th of August. I'll renew my visa. As I renew my visa that day, I'll be booking my flight next to Africa, man. I'm heading in Africa, and Bo Supermars, my beautiful girlfriend, she'll be coming. She'll be joining me in Africa. I want to show her the beautiful Africa. I want to show her the authentic smiles which are from Africa. You know, people fear Africa. When you talk about Africa, people panic and they run into the bushes and they say, no, I better go to the Philippines, or I better go to Thailand. I don't want to go to Africa, man. Hey, lions will eat me. Oh, wait. I'm going to show you actually, this time I am dedicated not to show you the real streets, but to show you the beautiful Africa, the progressive Africa, man. Africa needs hope. Africa needs people with a positive mindset, because the other side has been sold too much, man. You know, when I talk about Africa, you see kids with new cars here. You see kids with no clothes, with big stomach. That's what the media has been said. That's not Africa, man. Look, I'm a testimony. A poor kid from Africa, given a chance, given equal opportunity, you can become whatever you want to be, man. You can become. And that's the message we are going to send in Africa. We are going to send a message of hope, and not just to give false hope, hope which exists. I know many people have tried doing it before. Maybe they have failed. Let me just be counted to as another guy who pushed a good agenda for Africa, man. And I know maybe you guys followed me because maybe you watched my video in Colombia, and you'll be like, no, Maro, you know, I liked you because you showed me Colombia, and now you're going to Africa. I feel disconnected. No, man, stay with me. If you are a true fan of me, stay with me, ride with me, man. Actually, we are going to, one day this YouTube channel will hit 1 million followers, and I'll invite you, actually 500,000. I'll invite you people to Jamaica, and we shall have a big, big party. I hope by then Corona will be over, this COVID. Man, when it's your time to die, you'll die, even if you have the best doctors around you. One thing is, as we are talking about fear, the biggest fear, you know, is always like death. Like, wait, I will die. Or wait, one day I will. A good mindset is a mindset that comes into peace with death. Accept, like, one day, man, I'll be gone. But the question should be, how will my conscience be? Or how is my conscience when that day comes? Will I have done so much wrong in this world that even if I die, my spirit cannot rest in peace? You know? Make a peaceful agreement with death. Accept it, because it's coming. It's coming. Every day when we wake up, but that does not stop you from chasing your dreams, man. You have to live your dreams, man. And see the world not as chaotic. See the world as the heaven people promise you. Live life now. Life now should matter. Life now should be sweet. Life now should be the best. Life now should be the dream you dreamt of, man. It's your boy Mara. I'll be ending here very soon, in the next maybe a few minutes. I want to say thank you so much for all the guys who are here, both female and male. Do you believe in life after death? I've never died, so I won't comment about that for now. But I strongly believe we are spirits, man. We are spirits. This is just a body, but spirits live forever. And that's why sometimes even when we sleep, we can dream and we exist in different forms in those dreams. We are in a different world. I always believe like maybe when we die, we shall be just in this dream that will never end, which will turn into a reality, you know, in those unknown world, man. I've never died, so I can't really talk about that. But I strongly believe death is more of a dream, you know, like the way you sleep and dream. And actually, when you're in those dreams, you exist. You can see things. You can talk to people. You can even sometimes you can see the death in your dreams. So I believe death is something like that. But it's my own philosophy, man. I didn't read it anywhere, so I may be wrong. You may have a different perspective, you know. But that's how I see it, man. Don't let fear, man. Look, sometimes they say being black is like so bad, you can't succeed, the system is against you. No, that's division. That is how they control your mind. When they tell you are black, and look, all we want sometimes as black people is just fair treatment, not special treatment, not special, fair. If a white guy is allowed to travel visa free, let me be allowed too. That's all, fair treatment. We are not saying any other thing like treat us to get like special. No, fair treatment, fair. If it's a yes for that person, if I qualify to, let me be given a yes, regardless why I'm sure, you know. It's a question of fairness, not special. I don't need special treatment. Why would you have to feel mercy on me? I have my legs, I have my arms, I have everything, I have my eyes, I have my ears. Why? I don't need your mercy, man. Why? Just because I'm black, I need mercy, like I need mercy from you? Oh man, come on, bro. No. Actually, once you put mercy on me, look, think of this. When a small kid, this has happened many times, when a small kid has fallen down and she or he has injured himself, and you start saying, hey, please don't cry, please, please, sorry, papa, sorry, mama, sorry. You know what happens? That kid cries and cries and cries. But if another person, let's say kid falls down, and another guy comes and says, hey, wake up, next time be careful, you know, you are a big boy, don't cry. Or even not even mentioning the word don't cry, you just say, you are a big boy, wake up, wipe yourself. You know, look at those two perspectives. And this kid who you just told, you see, you just told, wake up, wipe yourself, you'll be all right. And the kid becomes all right, man, and they walk, and they look sad, but they walk and be like, and so I don't need, somebody says, respect your mother, she's not greedy. I didn't say that, man. You see now, who said that? Like, you see now, please don't twist my words. I just said some things I don't agree with even my own parents. I didn't say that word you're saying there. I didn't say that. Don't push your family under the bus. Oh man, it's not about pushing my family, man. It's just somebody asked me a question. How do you deal with sometimes your family? Because family, we know, sometimes can be toxic, and I explained. Okay, so that's all. So don't mix anything. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much. Oh, somebody says, Maro, they are trolls. Ignore them. Yeah, that's very right, man. You're very, very right. I want to say thank you so much, guys, for always being here. You know, maybe sometimes I feel like maybe I was just born to inspire people of all races. I have fans from all over the world. Let me say this. In the next 1 minute, please, let me see where you're watching us from. Just 1 minute. Let's do it. 1 minute from now. Just comment watching from this and you say goodbye, man. Yeah. Queen says she wanna see Africa. It's coming. Mama Africa is coming. Queen, thank you so much. And also I want to say thank you, Queen, for always being here supporting me. Just tell us where you're watching us from, and that will be it, man. Just tell us where you're watching us from for the next 1 minute. At least we appreciate your presence here. We represent your city. And yeah, man, you may find a neighbor. I say thank you. Thank you, man. Keep commenting where you're watching us from. I see people watching from Florida, Manchester, England, Washington, San Francisco, Finland, man, New York. Oh man, Aaron is watching from London. I used to say London, but it's London. My friend from Cape Town, South Africa, man. I can't wait to hit those streets. Oh, a good guys watching us from Haiti, man. I was in Port-au-Prince. I'll come back, bro. Florida, New York, DC, Timbuktu. Sorry, man, it's Timbuktu. Kutu. I hope I pronounced it correct. Australia. Is Australia or yeah, Australia. Another person is watching us from North Carolina. Malindi, Kenya. Asante sana, asante sana. Salam zikufikie bana. Salam zikufikie. I'm here live from the Philippines. Somebody's watching us from it's Frankfurt, Germany, man. I hope to do my Germany tour soon, man. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody's watching us from England. Yeah. Keep commenting, man. In the next 1 minute, we're going to be ending this. I want to say thank you all. Also, I want to give very special thanks to those guys who donated to the channel. It's just a way of appreciating my work or just saying, Maro, I know you've talked, your water is over. You can buy some cup of water. I want to say, man, learn something from what I said. You don't have to agree with me in everything I've said because people have different perspectives of seeing things, but at least see my point. And in the future, as you argue with people in the street, try to listen to them, what they are saying. Listening opens up the mind. Listening and accepting challenge opens up the mind. Don't always be so rigid. Let's spread love, man. Let the media not divide us. Let's be strong together. And I will see you in my next one. For those people who watch me in Spanish, muchísimas gracias, mi amigos de Española, or mi fans de dos habla español. Muchísimas gracias, mi amigos de todo lado. Es tu hermano aquí, Maro, siempre, siempre. Nos vemos a luego. Dios bendiga. God bless you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And greetings from the Philippines, Angeles City. Videos dropping like never before. Bye-bye.